Biden has now surpassed Jimmy Carter's record of incompetence. Can't believe we who voted for this dude. I mean, we tried to warn people, but instead they're mad at Orange Man that tweets things that hurt people's feelings. I mean, look where we are now, y'all. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out before we get this information out. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. Also has a link to my merch store where I have Let's Go Brandon t-shirts and all different types of t-shirts. So check those out. Also has a link to my mental health coaching and consultation page. If you're suffering from any type of mental health issue and you're looking for some guidance, I can help you. I can coach you. I can teach you coping skills and help you manage those issues. All right, let's talk about this news. Rick Perry, former Texas governor and Donald Trump's energy secretary, wrote an op-ed on the Fox News site that reminds us of what's at stake in Biden's deliberate destruction of the American energy industry. Quote, President Joe Biden has accomplished in just 14 months what many thought was impossible, surpassing President Jimmy Carter as the most incompetent steward of the American economy, wrote Perry. Well, I mean, I knew it. Even Obama knew it. Even Obama said never, what he said, never underestimate Joe Biden or how he can f things up or something to that effect. Um, but with with inflation at 8.5% and energy costs soaring 32% over the last year, it's hard to argue with him. Excessive spending and anti-supply side policies have contributed to the worst inflation since the Carter era. Instead of invading Afghanistan, the Russians have invaded another neighbor, Ukraine. But they were emboldened to do so by President Biden's disastrous withdrawal from that same country, Afghanistan, where the Soviets were mired in a war they couldn't win. And, of course, we have disastrous energy policies and reminiscent of the Carter era, leading to record high prices at the pump and a major missed opportunity to bring stability to Europe. Biden aims to take federal land and water out of play for energy exploration. The Gulf of Mexico alone accounts for 15 to 16% of U.S. oil production. His regulators have made it nearly impossible to build new pipelines to transport gas or build liquefied natural gas (LNG) facilities. Massachusetts alone represents 60% of U.S. LNG imports, while neighboring states, Pennsylvania, has enough energy to be the world's fourth largest producer if it were its own nation. But liberal policies have prevented the transport of Pennsylvania energy north and east. I mean, it's stupid. So instead of getting it from our own country, they rather import it. It makes absolutely no sense. I mean, we had a surplus of oil. Oil companies was actually paying to store the oil. It was so much oil under Trump. And now Biden comes in with his crazy policies. And now look what's going on. We're no longer exporting into other countries, and even to our own states here in our country. It's just it's asinine. I think he's well, like I said, it's deliberate. This is on purpose. This is to destroy the energy industry. That's the only conclusion you have to come. That's the only conclusion you can make with his policies. Well, of course, the reason for these madcap policies is that Biden and the radicals want to save us from being roasted to death as a result of fake climate change. But saving humanity has been put on hold by Biden as Americans have become enraged at the president deliberately causing their fuel prices to skyrocket for their own good. We'll thank you later, Joe. If Americans don't already realize it, let's state the obvious. Energy security is national security, and either America returns to a policy of flooding the global market with our resources, helping to liberate friends and allies from hostile sources, or we empower the emboldened tyrants in the Middle East and Moscow. Although I think we should just stay honestly stay out of the whole Ukraine situation altogether. Got nothing to do with us. Now he's already given another 800. He's given another $800 million to Ukraine. When we got people that's suffering from debt and hard to pay bills and things like that. Student loan debt is still skyrocketing, but you're gonna give 800 million more to a country that's corrupt anyway. We know for a fact that Ukraine is corrupt. We don't know really what they're doing with that money because the people probably ain't getting nothing with it. It's just ridiculous. But the price Americans pay at the pump began to soar long before Russia amassed troops on the Ukrainian border. Between January 2021 and October 2021, gasoline prices rose 99 cents per gallon. In response to soaring prices, Biden tapped the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, a stockpile of crude oil designed to shield the U.S. from real emergencies like natural disaster or foreign conflict that interrupt production, not an incompetent energy policy. The president's current drawdown of this reserve has resulted in approximately 1/3 of the total stockpile being squandered on Biden's price fixing efforts and only providing a band aid for the 1.4 million barrels a day his administration failed policies have eliminated. Rather than admit failure and change course, Biden has sought to blame oil companies and big business for price gouging. In truth, no one needs to defend big oil or big retail. They're big boys and girls and can handle themselves. But when the president makes false accusations to cover his political hide, he needs to be called out on. Thankfully, Biden doesn't appear to be fooling anyone. I mean, the majority of Americans know how terrible this president is. You can look at the poll numbers. It's horrible. That's why the red wave is coming. People are aware, but we'll see if it's enough for them to actually start making a change and speaking truth to power and having these people change these dumb policies. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out themarkrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.